fanny pack, bum bag, belt bag, waist bag, hip pack, belly bag, moon bag, crossbody bag, buffalo pouch, I like that one, chaos pouch, I like that one even more. But whatever you want to call this, this is the Eberlestock Fade Flex, and it holds a lot of stuff. Let's check out what's inside.
Oh, that's amazing. Look at that fish.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another video for you today. Today we are looking at the Eberlestock Fade Flex. Now, I made a video last year on the Bando bag. I did a loadout video on that. Well, Eberlestock saw it and they reached out to me, asked if I'd be willing to test and review the Fade Flex. Of course I said yes, because I have numerous of their products. I've got 2 Bando bags, I've got the Recon Bino harness, and I've got the Gunslinger 2. I paid for all of those with my own money, with maybe just a little discount through GovX or whatever. But I paid for all those. This is what they sent me recently, and I'm really impressed with their warranty. The Recon Bino harness recently broke after the Mammoth Sniper Challenge, rucking about 50 miles or so with a pistol up here on the chest portion, and the warranty process was as smooth as can be. I got a new one back in next to no time. So working with a company that really takes care of their customers is paramount, and I really don't have any issues promoting them because they do stand behind their products and whatnot. But that's just a little bit of backstory. Let's get into the Fade Flex. Getting into the bag a little bit more, it is very discreet compared to the Bando bag. There's no longer a pocket up here in the front. There's a pocket in the back. I don't have anything in there. It houses the extra strap in case you wanted to wear this as a crossbody bag. But if you wanted to be even more discreet with the Fade Flex, get the black. My wife and my daughter, they have these Lululemon crossbody packs in general are pretty popular. It no longer do you stand out if you have one, but if you have something of this size on your waist, get the black. It's a better color to blend in more, if you will. But another thing that could make you stand out is the, it's over here, the pull tab. Now, if you have somebody with a keen eye, they might be able to see this because it really does give you rapid access to the weapon compartment. So those are the only 2 things that really make this pack stand out. Overall, very discreet, and you can put a lot of stuff in it. So let's see what's inside. Like I said, nothing in the back zipper. You could maybe put a notepad in there. But another thing that I like about this one is the zippers don't go down all the way. So when you open the pack, if you have it on your waist and you open this admin pouch pocket, it's going to flop open, but it's not going to over open, and everything's going to fall out. Now, if you lean forward, something might fall out, like my wallet fell out. So you keep that in mind when you are loading this out. It's going to, you're not going to have a yard sale. So what do I have in here? Like, what just fell out? We've got an Axwell wallet. Axwell sent this to me. They sent me a copper one previously. Recently they asked if I wanted another one. I went for the carbon fiber. Really great wallet. Holds my cards, holds my cash. No complaints whatsoever with the wallet. We've got a Leatherman Wingman, one of the most underrated tools that you can carry on your person, your EDC, is a good scissor. So the Leatherman Wingman, I really try to get Leathermans that have a scissor because it's really underrated. If you don't want to use your knife, if you have a little thread or anything, having a tool, having a good pair of scissors is fantastic. So Leatherman Wingman. And another thing about the Fade Flex versus the Bando bag is that the Bando bag had 2 pockets. Now this one has 3, so that allows stuff to kind of be more secure, and it's not flopping around. Everything is nice and tight to this side. We've got a Olight Baton 3 Pro. As we get into the summer months, light is less important, but having a light is important at a baseline. Along the lines of the scissors, having a screwdriver is another underrated EDC tool. You never know when you're just going to need to tighten up a little screw, whatever it may be, on. But this is from Big Idea Design. It's their EDC pocket screwdriver. It allows me to have 3 bits. I've got a Phillips, I've got a flathead, and I've got a T10 Torx bit. So having a screwdriver is another underrated tool. With honorable mention is a nail clipper, and I don't have that in here, but I could easily add it and put it in this pocket, this zippered pocket, which happens to house a little notepad. This is from the Mammoth Sniper Challenge. I need to get a new one that's blank, just for notes and stuff. But have a little notepad in there, and then I just have a couple of band-aids. But overall, not too much in that pocket. For keys, we've got the key bar. This is a copper key bar. I've had this since the beginning of my EDC career, and I've been looking for a replacement because the copper is a little bit on the heavy side, but I've yet to find a suitable replacement. I've got a seatbelt cutter and a little pry bar in there. Fantastic key bar product. You cannot go wrong with that. Gets rid of the jangle and whatnot. We've got a mini pen from Big Idea Design. I caught a lot of flack in the Bando bag for having expensive stuff, and I buy the Big Idea Design stuff on Kickstarter when they announce it, and it's a lot cheaper than regular purchase price. So just a mini pen, fits well here in the pocket on the side. Tourniquet. So I'm a nurse anesthetist. I work at a trauma center, and the piece of equipment that I see from the field that comes into the emergency room is a tourniquet. So if you don't have a tourniquet, get a tourniquet. If you don't know how to use a tourniquet, learn how to use a tourniquet. If you want to know when you need to apply a tourniquet, learn when to apply a tourniquet. The bottom line is get a tourniquet. I have a tourniquet in here. I have 2 tourniquets in my truck, in my trauma kit. I've got 2 tourniquets in my range box. You cannot have enough tourniquets, quality tourniquets that are not going to fall apart. You don't want to buy Temu crap. You want to have good stuff. So this is actually the strap for the pistol that's in this pocket, but it didn't fit my pistol well, plus I went with a different system, so you'll be able to see that in just a second. So I was able to put the tourniquet in here. I have the top part where you would do the windlass facing down, because it kind of goes over this area here, and it's able to just sit a bit flatter. It doesn't protrude as much overall, because if you stack stuff on top of one another, it's going to be really thick over here and thin over here, and then it's just going to look awkward, and you're going to stick out. So get a tourniquet, have a tourniquet, keep a tourniquet, know how to use a tourniquet. Cannot stress that enough. One of the things that the Bando bag wasn't able to accommodate was a fixed blade, and I've been wanting to add a fixed blade to my loadout for a while now. Falling on the lines of the Big Idea Design stuff, there are many expensive knives out there that you could get $300 plus, but for the purpose of this video and the compactness, I went with a Benchmade SOCP. So this is a dagger versus a fixed blade, but I wanted a fixed blade, so I went with the SOCP dagger from Benchmade. It's only about $125, so, and it's very thin and compact. It fits right down here at the bottom of this pocket, and it kind of rolls over the pistol in the back, which is a perfect lead into what's on the inside. So this is a big setup here. This whole area is Velcro, hook and loop, etc., etc. The pistol is 100% unloaded. You can see through there. And we've got a G32 It's the 357 SIG. I've got an SRO, I've got a Streamlight TLR7 HLX, and I've got a wicked stippling job from the guys at 75th Bunker. It fits my hand really well, and I really like the 357 SIG caliber compared to 9mm. The only downside that I can see is cost. But it's a great concealed carry, lots of power, and it's on the larger side. So with a larger pack, you can carry a larger pistol. And I've got the Incog X from Safariland, and no matter what pistol you're carrying, you can fit this on the Tracer Tactical system here. And this Velcro comes off, and you can really play around with whatever orientation you want. So that goes on there. It's very secure. And then whatever, if you play EDC roulette, like what the kicks, you can change it out pretty easily as long as you have a holster for the pistol. So that closes up. It's very secure. And then you would hold, you know, when you open it, you can hold and pull it pretty easily. So having a full-size pistol is better than a lot of these micro compacts, especially if you're going to carry off-body. So like carrying off-body and a micro compact, it kind of just doesn't make sense, but that's a whole different video. But I like this setup that I have. This G32 is a fantastic pistol. It's accurate, got a lot of power, and that's mainly what I wanted to carry in 2025. Having a good holster is paramount, because if you don't have a good holster, you're not going to carry it. So if I do not want to carry all of this stuff, this goes easily into my waistband, and I'm able to carry that. So I could take it out, put it on my person, and then if I want to carry all this stuff, I can just hook it up, and I'm right back where I started with all my stuff. So Tracer Tactical, Safariland Incog X, Glock G32, that is the nuts and bolts of this loadout. So you got your tools, you got your weapon, nothing here is too frivolous, and everything has a purpose, and I really like the way that everything fits into this Eberlestock Fade Flex. So that's going to do it for the loadout, what I carry. If you have any suggestions, you know, leave it in the comment section below. If you're interested in one of these Fade Flexes, hit up the link in the description below. Now for my normal spiel. That's going to do it for this one. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We will see you in the next video.